Jeep Gladiator Mojave all-weather floor mat mod. Am I taking it too far? I don't think so. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. You know, I recently traded off my white Jeep Gladiator Sport S for this raspberry or snazberry red Jeep Gladiator Mojave. And I switched the floor mats. She wanted the OEM cloth floor mats, so she took those out of the Mojave, put them in the other Jeep, and I took out my all-weather floor mats. Now, there's one problem with that, and that is they are green. Well, they have green accenting in them, and that's because of the green color theme that I had in the white Gladiator. So now I have to change them a bit. I'm going to use the same process. Hopefully, I have enough paint left in this pen. I've used it for something else. Obviously, it's orange. It's going to go with the orange coloring that the Jeep Gladiator Mojave comes with, of course. It's got orange everywhere. Orange on the bezels, orange on the embossment on the seats. It's just got orange everywhere. So it only makes sense to go with orange for the floor mats. So what I'm going to do, I'll set you guys up, let you watch the carnage. In essence, I'm going to paint these. Now, you can see how they turned out before, and they actually have worn really well. I scuffed them up a little bit with a red, I guess it's a red Scotch-Brite, just to give the paint a little bit of grooving, if you will, to adhere to. It's what I did before when I painted them green. It's worked really well. One thing I want to note about these floor mats, these are the Mopar floor mats, and they come with all these cool little things. You've got a, topographical kind of embossment or stamping in them. That's pretty cool. And then we've got some symbols. There's a Jeep, of course. We've got a little dinosaur head over here. We've got a little bit of digging equipment over there. Just some cool stuff in it. So I really like these, and I definitely want to highlight the same thing as what I've done before. So let's set you guys down. We'll see how this works out. Okay, before we get started, if you want to see what I'm using, these are acrylic water-based paint pens. They come with a bunch of different colors. So if you're interested in doing something like this and you don't want orange, there's a bunch of different colors you could choose from. I kind of like this red color too to kind of go with the truck, but I'm going to go orange to match the interior. I'll leave a link down below to some of these kind of things if you're interested in them. But let's go ahead, shake this thing up a little bit, just like you would any other paint, I suppose. Now, I did say this has been used. You can tell because the tip is orange and not white. So you kind of have to stamp it down a little bit to get the paint flowing, and hopefully it does, and it is. You can see it's coming out. That's exactly what I want. Again, I hope there's enough left. It'd be a real drag if I got a lot of this done and then ran out of paint. That would suck. But we're gonna hope that's not the case. So I've got the paint flowing. Now we're just gonna color, just long strokes for the length of the letters, if you will. So here we go. Let's see, and I hope it covers well. I'm taking orange over green, so you never know how that's going to come out. I may end up with a kind of a two-tone look. I don't know. And the good thing about this is it is water-based, so if I get to a point where it doesn't look like it's going to work out, well then I'll wipe it off real quick before it dries fully. So far, so good. Does look like it's going to take maybe a couple of coats. I don't know. And you get the general idea, right? You just kind of paint it on here. And I would finish each letter at the same time, because if you don't, you'll start to leave scratches, if you will, or streaks, lines in the paint, because it doesn't like you to stop. So you want to make sure you kind of do it all at once. So I'm going to go ahead. You can see what I'm doing. You get the idea. Splashed a little bit there. I'm going to go ahead and finish it up. I'll show you guys once I'm all done. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, got it all done. I put a coat, maybe two, depending on what letter it was and how it actually took, how the paint actually took. I did switch colors. I did not have enough orange. Discovered that after right about the first one, so I just wiped it off with some rubbing alcohol. And then I switched to red. I can always change them. That's the good thing about doing this. You can change the color to anything you want. If it exists in paint, you can repaint. But kind of like the way the red turned out. And they did come factory red, by the way. So let's take a look. You can see right here, they're drying still, but kind of a rustic look on some of them. I left it that way intentionally. It's kind of where you can see a little bit of black or green showing through in the back, although you can't really tell anything's green. It looks more black. But again, kind of a rustic look to it. You can see everything is painted, which, by the way, that is the Jeep there. Of course, the lettering, that all came out well. I'm pretty happy with it. And it is, after all, just a floor mat. You know, if you scuff over it enough, obviously you're going to scuff the paint up. But again, since it is painted, pretty easy to touch up. Now, all I have to do is let them dry for a while. This stuff does dry pretty quickly, by the way. Oh, and also, in case you wanted to know, the red that I used was actually a Sharpie paint marker. So I'd used two different products on this, one that I ran out of in the acrylics. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Have you ever done anything like this? It's pretty easy to do. If you can follow a line and color, you know, kindergarten skill, you probably ought to be able to handle this. And it's just something to spruce it up a little bit inside, add a little bit of a personal touch. Let me know what you think. Also, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about Toyota Tacomas. And Rob Motive MT, all about mini trucks. Currently, the Hyundai Santa Cruz. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.